Our next guest is the perfect person to help all cat lovers. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right, Lola. He's the guy you call when your kitty is out of control. Jackson Galaxy, from the host of Animal Planet's My Cat from Hell. Welcome. Wow.
Thank you.
That's a title.
Yeah, right?
The only thing cooler than the title is your name.
Well, thank you so much. I worked on that note.
Jackson Galaxy. I like it. All right, so let's talk about these cats. Why are they so unruly sometimes?
It's, you know what? It's a direct result of the homes they live in. I mean, cats by their nature are not necessarily like, you know, tear up the house. But if you, it was funny, I was just working on a case the other day where they said, here's a video of our cat acting up. And every time they showed me a video, you had a baby crying, a dog barking, and the husband and the wife screaming at each other, and the cat's like, and then the cat attacks, you know? So it's a result of what they're living in.
Wow. Well,
Too much chaos for the cat.
Yeah,
Look at
exactly.
these cats fighting here. Oh my, they're attacking.
Oh,
you really meant attacking.
They're all
didn't you?
lovely. They're all
Oh
lovely.
my gosh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're about to start the 5th season of your show. What's going to be different this time besides cats attacking everyone?
Well, yes. What's going to be different? More blood. More blood will be shed. You know, it's amazing because as the show's gone on, you know, the casting pool gets bigger and bigger and bigger. This season we're in Boston, Austin, San Diego, Portland, LA, and we get to follow the stories. So it's not just, you know, the cases themselves have gotten more and more severe, and we're in territory that I've never been in before.
Really?
Deep water, you know.
Now, are those tattoos covering all the cat scratches you have, or?
Yeah, it's in my deal. If a cat just mars it up, then they fix it for me. No, it actually does hide it pretty nicely, though. It's so funny. Somebody walked up to me in the street. They were like, "You're the cat guy," and I was like, she wanted to make sure, so she checked my hands to make sure I had scars on my hands.
That's funny.
How did you come up with the concept for this show, saving people from their crazy cats?
It wasn't a concept. It was my life. I've done this for 20 years now. This is what I do. So I worked at an animal shelter for almost 10 years, and then did this kind of work in the shelter, and then said, yeah, there's a living to be made. Well, I was wrong. But.
Well, what are some of the common problems you find when you're going to these homes, besides them scratching?
It comes down to litter box problems or aggression. I mean, those are the two big things. It's either my cat won't pee in the box, poop in the box, or my cat's beating up my other cat, my kid, my dog, me, you know.
And I know on the show we saw some of these situations that are really catastrophic, if you will.
Nice.
You like
Very
that?
nice.
So what's the worst problem you've had to face?
You know what? Worse is so, you know, subjective at this point. I mean, there are the ones that are really testing to me are the ones where the cat actually has a chemical imbalance. So they can be just doing whatever they're doing, and then boom, they're on you. And
cats can have chemical imbalances.
cats can be
like
just
humans.
as bipolar as the rest of us. We don't call it that in the cat world, but that's exactly what it is. I mean, and it's this thing where the cat's just looking at you, and suddenly they get this look, and you just gangway, man.
Are you kidding? So crazy cats are real. That is a real
man,
and
crazy
true
anything is real,
crazy.
but yeah, crazy cats are definitely real.
Well,
Okay,
let's take a look.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Let's take a look and then discuss.
Your connection with Buddy, tell me about that.
He's just the best cat I've ever had. He's a macho cat. He's a man's cat. He plays rough, but he loves it.
So, you like his behavior?
I do. I think it's hilarious.
I'm in this house for 5 minutes when I find out that Buddy is bullying Lita so badly and beating on her so badly that she's throwing up all over the house. And at the same token, Derek thinks this is funny somehow. Do you ever stop it?
Well, she usually yells at me. First of all, like, your damn cat's attacking my cat again.
Yeah, okay.
I don't care for Lita.
Right.
Why care about a cat that doesn't want anything to do with me?
You seem almost like you have washed your hands at this point.
I have.
So if you washed your hands, why am I here?
So you find yourself dealing with the people's issues as well as the cat's issues.
One of the best parts about that episode was I go back for my second visit to the house, and he opens the door. He's like, "Yeah, we broke up." And it's done.
Way.
And that was great. I was fine with that because I couldn't fix the problem with the cats because his problems were so severe. I mean, he was a bad man.
So a lot of times, do you have to counsel them and say, this is what you're doing, this is why the cat is acting like you have to fix this?
100% of the
Wow.
time. 100%, because it's never, behavior, whether it's human or animal, does not happen in a vacuum. You know, we're a product of our surroundings, and cats are no
But
different.
I don't think people realize that. They just think it's the cat, it's the dog. They're acting
Exactly. It's just you were born bad. No, nobody's born bad.
Nobody's
I
born
like
bad.
that.
Well, some people are born bad.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Set myself up.
So how did you become the cat whisperer? Walk us through how this became your life.
Well, like I said, I was working in an animal shelter in Boulder, Colorado. I
But
worked there
then
for like
did
9 years.
Did people start recognizing that you had a special ability
The
with felines?
cats did.
The
The cats
did.
were just like, hey, we like this guy. I mean, they just started coming to me. I wasn't really a cat guy at that point. I loved animals. And when they started coming to me, there was this element in an environment in a high-kill a high-kill shelter where you're faced with bad decisions every day. If I knew that I could do one thing to this cat and all of a sudden he's adoptable as opposed to not adoptable, I was on it, man. And that's where it came from. It's just this desire to not have to kill cats. And that led to this.
When you bring up adoption, you brought a little furry friend with you here
I
today.
did.
Tell us who this is.
This is Michu.
Michu.
Hello, my boy Michu. He's like, glad to meet you.
Now, has Michu been on the show?
No.
Oh, okay, so never was a really crazy cat.
Michu is for adoption at New York Animal Care and Control. He is about 10 months old, orange tabby. Found wandering stray in the Bronx and looking for a home. Look at you. Look at how adorable you are. Look at that boy. Oh, he needs a home real badly. So take a look at my Instagram. I'll be posting his ID info. You can take him home. Would you like a cat?
I'm actually allergic, so
Darn.
sorry, but I like looking at you, Michu. I think you're
He's
beautiful.
sweet.
Yeah,
He is
I
such
think
an
you are
adorable
beautiful.
Why are you such a
Michu.
big advocate for adoption and adoption of rescue animals at that?
Having worked in the rescue system for 20 years now, I feel the movement towards our no-kill reality. When I first started working in the shelters, we were killing between 10 and 12 million animals a year in the shelter system. We're down now to about 3 to 4 million, which is a lot of animals, but in 20 years, that's an amazing change, And I just know that we can get there.
What do you attribute that reduction to?
Education about spaying and neutering, number one. I mean, people know now that it's just not responsible to have an unneutered, unspayed animal, because for every animal that's born, one's going to die. That's the simple math right now. So, that's a big thing. And also, people are recognizing that they shouldn't be shopping for animals, they should be adopting. With more attention brought to the shelter system, more adoptions happen, more lives are saved.
Well, how many cats do you have in your house?
That's a no.
Oh, 30.
No, I got 6 in the house and a dog, and we're actually in the process of bringing a few more into the house. Some of the neighborhood ferals are deciding that they have a home in my house.
Really? So 6 and counting,
Could
really?
be up to 9 by the end of the month.
By the end of the month?
Oh, no.
9?
Check back.
Oh my
Wow.
Maybe they know it's you because you can communicate with them.
Or that I got the good food.
You
That's
get the
what
good
it
food.
is.
But when you say you communicate with the cats, what exactly happens? Do you talk to them? Do you whisper to them? How does that work?
I mean, basically, I just feel like, first of all, I feel like, yes, maybe I have a little something going on with them, but I want everyone to know that they could have the same relationship I have with cats. It's just, that's my mission, is to teach you how to do what I do, and I think everybody can.
Now let's quickly talk about your book, Cat Daddy. I like that title.
Actually, that looks like Michu on the cover,
That
doesn't
does
it?
look like Michu on the cover.
Michu's a
It
star.
Michu's a star. and I love the shirt with the leopard collar. I mean, that's
Thank you so very much.
That's really nice.
I used to show up to classes and teach in that shirt before the show ever happened. It was funny.
So what can readers expect?
Well, there's a lot in there. It's funny, if you're looking for a how-to book, there's plenty of how-to in there, but it's interspersed with the story of my life and how a cat named Benny sort of changed the direction of my life. I had a pretty severe addiction problem, and that just about killed me a few times over. And because of animals like Benny and like this guy, we turned it around.
Really?
And then your next book comes out in the fall, it's Catification. What's
Catification.
different about that book?
Catification is a design book. Catification is a way of approaching your home to make sure it works for the cats, but it also works for you, so you don't look like, the house that you're imagining in your head with 6 cats. Yeah, I know you are. Yeah. But, so we don't want it to look like that. It can look modern and clean and fun and still work for these guys, and that's what the book is about.
I'm just curious, circling back, how did working with animals help you with your addiction?
Basically, addicts are self-centered, right? I mean, we're just thinking about what happens next. Where do we get the next thing? But there comes this point, and a lot of addicts share my story, where because of an animal in their life, they think, well, who's going to take care of my dog? Who's going to take care of my cat? We will do for them sometimes what we would never do for ourselves, our husbands, our wives, our kids. For some reason, animals, because they're so vulnerable, because they need us so much, they save us sometimes, and they definitely did me.
Well, I'm glad you were saved, Cat Daddy.
Yes.
Thank you
And
so
you'll
much for being
continue
here.
saving people. The show premieres on April 26th, 8 p.m. on Animal Planet, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll be checking it out.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And you're watching Arise Entertainment 360.
Mwah.